ballots are here. We live in the state of Oregon, which votes by mail. Every registered voter gets one of these ballots just before an election, about 2 weeks or so before an election. And so the precinct is our kitchen table. We fill out our forms, and then it will go back to be counted.
Here in Oregon, we get a lot of help with our ballots. The Secretary of State sends out a voter's pamphlet every year. Often on a general election, it'll run to several documents. One is on the candidates, the other is for the measures. The documents tend to get a little bit bulky because here we have a very active initiative process, and we often have as many as 10 initiatives on the ballot at any one election. Anyone can purchase a paragraph in the voter's pamphlet. They put in an explanation of the ballot title for free, and then arguments pro and con are purchased for $500. Anyone with $500 can put one in. They don't edit them for content, just for the formatting. Also, our county clerk provides another voter's pamphlet for the city and county measures. That can be very useful because we have a lot of annexations, and sometimes you don't have an idea of where it is or what it is without the little picture that they supply for you. And of course, like any election, we get a lot of help from political organizations, the unions and so forth, who definitely have their opinion on how things should be voted for. Well, there's so much stuff on the ballot, and it's pretty hard to keep track of. So I've taken the election guide that was printed in our local newspaper and marked off the various positions that I'm going to vote for. It'll make it a lot easier to fill out the ballot. Ballot is a fat envelope. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Return envelope, maps for all the annexations that we have on the ballot, the full text of all the measures, which is two pretty closely spaced pages of very, very small print. And finally, the ballot itself, which is a paper mark cents ballot. You fill in the arrow in between to indicate when you vote for something. For example, one can vote for president by filling in for Barack Obama. Well, end of the ballot, school district bond. Okay, all filled in, checked twice. Now it goes into the combined secrecy and security envelope. Has my address identifying whose ballot it is, where it was sent, and it's not valid until I sign it. Only I can sign it. Anybody else does it, why, it's an invalid ballot. Okay, all done, all sealed. Only thing to do is to throw it in the box. Well, now all we have to do is go off to the elections office. It's a lot easier to vote this way because one, you can vote early without any trouble at all, and two, you don't have to take all the materials in to you with you to the precinct and try to wrestle a big bed sheet ballot and explanatory materials in the little bitty voting booth. You can sit down, read it all, mark it at your leisure. So all you do then, once your envelope is closed, you go off to the ballot box. It often rains here in Oregon during November, so you don't have to go out in the rain. We don't have voting days that there's a low turnout because the weather was bad.